What is going on, guys? It is Dan here, and we are back with From the Depths. So we're gonna just kind of get right back into where we were. After last episode, I kind of did some cleaning up with all the fleets that were coming in to attack us. But other than that, I really didn't get the opportunity to do a whole lot. Basically, I've just been really bogged down with classwork and whatnot for the past couple days. So I'm probably gonna have to cut this episode short too, because I do have a bit of a headache. It's just kind of all that stress stuff that I have to kind of deal with right now, you know, because school is fun. I do need to go ahead and rename this PT boat, because we do have a name for it. Alright, so let's see what we draw out here. Nothing too crazy. So let's kind of just have the Cygnus fight whatever spawns in first. I guess we could just kind of let the Cygnus do all the heavy lifting for us, because right now it's pretty good at handling everything. So oh wow, that's a lot of guns. That's a lot of turrets. That actually didn't do that much damage though, all things considered. But yeah, basically I have a paper I have to write. Your boy here's a pretty nasty procrastinator. I have had this assignment for 3 weeks. It's due tomorrow. I started it today. Yeah. I guess that's a pretty accurate description of college life. Is you put it off until the last minute. It's really not that much different than high school. The only difference being is that you're paying a lot of money for this. So I don't know, but it's alright, I guess. I mean, it's on a topic I have no idea whatsoever. So for those of you who don't know, and I don't even know if I've mentioned this in the past, but I'm majoring in computer information systems and technology. So I'm an IT guy, I guess. It's just always something I've been interested in, but in order to do that, I have to take 2 different networking classes, which has always been something I've hated when it came to like programming and computers and stuff. I just never found like network related stuff to be interesting. So last semester I had networking 1. This one I have networking 2. And both times I had to write a paper, a 5-page paper, which I mean isn't a lot, but considering it's on a topic I don't necessarily like, it's yeah. But the topic for this paper is network virtualization, which I didn't really know was a thing until yesterday. So yeah, that's kind of my experience, and I mean, it kind of makes sense, but I don't know. I'd much rather be writing about something else. Well, we're doing a pretty good job. We're about to ram the Telemachus, and yeah, we're just running it over right now. There seems to be no care for it. Oh, forgot I had the missiles. Well, that's funny. We're just running it over, and that's forcing it underwater, which makes it think it's sinking. I just realized we had the missiles turned off, which will probably make pretty short work of everything else. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. Just making up a lot of work that I'm put off doing for a while. And of course, with having the flu a couple weeks ago, I'm still kind of recovering from that, not necessarily being sick, but recovering from the fact that I missed so many classes while I was out. I mean, I was out for a week and I missed quite a bit of work, and it's really easy to get behind in college. But I don't know, just kind of see what happens, I guess. Sadly, I don't have any new ships built. I mean, I made a variation for the PT boat that you guys just saw me rename for a viewer, but yeah, I've been super busy. I have some hulls kind of designed and stuff, but for the most part, it's still kind of all being worked on. The goal is to have kind of cruiser-esque ship that's roughly the same volume size as the Mars, so around 16,000 meters cubed. That's the goal. Of course, that's what I said for this ship, and it's well over 30,000. So, but it's going to have to be smaller because I can't make all of my ships that size, even though that would be kind of cool. I think the volume limit for any given battle is like 250,000 meters cubed. So, considering that's taking up a fair old chunk, it's probably not in our best interest to make all of our ships super massive. But yeah, the Cygnus is definitely a pretty good ship given what it can do. And I also keep telling myself I need to add those fuses. Keep forgetting to add the fuses. So I'm gonna do that eventually. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna write it down right now and start my timer because I completely forgot to do that. I don't know. I've only had like 10 hours of sleep so far this week, so that's like 2 nights. Yeah, it's been pretty odd, I guess. What was I gonna write? Yes, fuses on HE Cygnus. Awesome. There we go. And we are, I think that's what, the Strassland? Yeah, the Strassland. And we're destroying it. So I think the goal for this episode is to kind of go up along the coastline and work towards that last major fortress place thing, which will hopefully give us pretty good advantage over the Onyx Watch. I mean, there's not a whole lot left to fight in regards to them because their economy is pretty much, 43%, and one of those resource zones is technically ours. I just haven't put anything on it yet, so it's still technically theirs. So yeah, they're really only down to like 2 resource zones, and we're gonna take both of them this episode, hopefully. So it's looking like by the end of this week we'll probably be looking to go to another war. I kind of want to do the White Flares because I've never fought that faction before, and we don't really want to make the front line too large to, oh wow, that was quick. We don't want to make the front line too large, and considering the White Flares sit kind of like right in the middle, if we keep going around them, eventually we're going to have a front line that's massive and it's going to be really difficult to defend. So if we do go up against the White Flares, it's going to have to be very soon. If not this upcoming faction, definitely the next one, because I don't want to have to keep making a bunch of fleets just to defend. That was, yeah, those shells are pretty good. If they don't destroy whatever they're hitting with the high explosive damage, the EMP does a pretty short work of any smaller vessel. So I guess that's pretty neat. So yes, we could probably skirt in through here and avoid this tile altogether. It'd be kind of cheap, but I think we could definitely do it. So yeah, this is technically our resource zone, but I don't have anything on it yet. I have the Mars up here defending this tile with our good old antenna thing. And right up here is the Twin Guards. So this was the next faction I went to war with the last time I played through this campaign. And I was not prepared to fight them at all. I eventually won, but it was like hitting my head off a brick wall and just hoping it would work. But with particle cannons and lasers and stuff, they should be an easier faction to take out. But again, like what I was saying, the white flares are kind of in the center area, and if we go to war with them later on, like after we've fought the Twin Guard and then we start fighting the Steel Striders, or the Steel, I don't know what they're even calling this, then this front line is going to be massive, and they're going to be able to take all of this stuff from us pretty easily, which is not what we want to do, so we're going to have to kind of think about that. I just realized one of these ships is incredibly slow. Which one is it? The Udachi. Okay. It's probably... wonder why. Because I don't think I updated it or anything, so I don't necessarily know why it's Okay, that fixed it. So now we can speed it back up. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna try to skirt around this tile, because I mean we could fight it, but why would we? I guess that's the easiest way to put it. So we'll draw this out, and then we'll push up into this tile after we fight this, and then we'll fight the Black Powder Antiques fortress thing. This should be an interesting fight, because we're gonna be like right up against this cliff. I mean, I could draw it back out, but that'd be dumb. So we're gonna kind of deal with what we've got here. Grendel, Stockade, Essen, Winter's Day, and yeah, that's nothing crazy. We could just send the Cygnus out to do it for us. And yeah, we're gonna have the Cygnus and just kind of we're gonna use the Cygnus to beat up these tiles, and then when we get to the fortress, we're gonna just kind of have everything go in and fight, because that's kind of fun. Besides, I didn't really get the opportunity to show off the Cygnus all that much when I first built it, because, well, it was too large, and we had other ships that we kind of needed in those fights. Right now, we're pretty much just stomping the Onyx Watch to death. If we hit them, that's a very important part. Like that, 95%, basically just one cannon hit. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that's the plan. So kind of start leaving your suggestions for what faction we're going to go up against next in the comment section down below. Ultimately, it's probably going to be the White Flares. I'll need to make some adjustments to our ships to kind of deal with them a little bit more effectively. But overall, I think it's something we definitely could do. I definitely think we could fight them and win. Because they're very susceptible to EMP. We would just need to basically get a lot more particle cannons and missiles and stuff. Because luckily all of our missiles kind of go off of active radar seekers, so they don't really require anything too special. And I think it's the White Flares that use like flares and stuff to kind of draw off heat-seeking missiles, so we don't have to really worry about that. There we go. I try to have a stockpile of extra screenshots just in case I forget to take one in a video for the I'm drawing a blank here. Oh, this is bad. You guys can kind of see how tired I am right now. An extra thumbnail thing, but I don't know, taking the picture while I'm recording might be a little corny, but typically it gets a good thing. Yeah, it's rough. Like, after I'm done recording this, I'm gonna finish writing my paper, and I'm probably gonna go to sleep. Like, it's currently 6:30. I'll probably be done with my paper by like 8 o'clock, and then I'm just gonna go to sleep because I'm exhausted. On the plus side, though, I don't. I mean, I do have classes tomorrow, and one of them's from 6 p.m. to 8:30, but it's gonna be a lot slower of a day tomorrow, and then Thursday I only have one class. Granted, I've got a test in that class and it's Chinese, but what are you gonna do? I just took, I think, one of my first midterms. I think it's a midterm at least. In a programming class, but it's nothing special. It's in C#, but I already know C#, so I'm torn between testing out of the class and just staying in it for a relatively easy grade. So I don't know. Just lots of stuff going on. But could be worse. I could be sick. Could be back in December again where everything was going wrong. But things are pretty good right now, so I think that's all that really matters. Yeah. There we go. 7,000 resource. That's not bad. So we're going to go ahead and get this tile. And where's that going? Where is that going? What is it? Iron Cross, Glaive, and Seagull. Okay, I think the Mars could probably handle that. What is that? Jormungand? Oh, whatever it is, it's going to get annihilated. Yeah, to hell with it. We're gonna get everything in because we haven't done that yet this episode. Because the Cygnus is just pretty Oh, I was about to use a bad word there, but YouTube, I'm catching it. Pretty darn good thing I caught it there. You know, it's could have been a lot worse. I really do try not to swear when I'm recording, but sometimes it's just difficult whenever I'm tired. Like right now, I'm feeling it. I'm just feeling all sorts of exhausted and just sort of dead, I guess. I also realized that we have that ship to look at, which I have now completely neglected to look at. And it's probably about to die, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. Oh. That's a lot of shells. I'm assuming that's probably from the Jormungand. Okay, so that's what this is. There's a lot of guns on it. But looks like we've kind of already hit it pretty hard, and it's got a wood deck, so I don't think it's that powerful then. The Udachi's taking some pretty nasty hits, but we got that under control because we've got crazy repair. Okay, I want to make sure we're all targeting that, because I don't know anything about it, and I feel like the sooner we kill it, the better. No, that was a good particle cannon shot. Or at least I would assume it was, because it made the ship kind of jump up a little bit and everything slowed down, so I'm guessing there was some kind of explosion internally, maybe? Or not? Oh. Well, we've punched through the hull pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. The Udachi's pretty tough, hull-wise. He says as it explodes. I probably, yeah, in the next iteration of the PT boat, I'm going to definitely up armor them a little bit. They're going to be a little bit larger, because it's really difficult to build something that's effective and small, like like the PT boats. I mean, they're like under, yeah, they're about under 3,000 volume apiece, so I mean, they're pretty tiny. 10 of them would be equivalent to the Cygnus. But then again, I feel like the Cygnus would definitely come out on top in a fight like that, because it could probably one-shot these things. That would be something interesting to try out. Would the Cygnus win versus 10 PT boats? The kind of questions I ask myself. But I think I'm going to stick with the particle cannons on the PT boats, because that's pretty good. Unless, of course, we have like a specific design choice for on the PT boats, like the ones that we have custom names for, and they're, you know, not just the generic PT boat. I'll probably maintain what they currently have, but, you know, obviously make them bigger and a little bit more powerful. So I think the biggest thing I have against them right now is just the fact that they're dirt cheap for all the wrong reasons. This thing's taking a beating. It's the only one left.
Moving now.
72%, but this thing is holding on better than I would have expected it to. I was kind of thinking it would just be an easy target, given how big it is and how supposedly weakly armored it was, but it just doesn't seem to want to die. Which, I mean, it's alright, I guess. No idea how long this video is going so far, though. It's at 17:30 on the good old timer, but I did start that like after the first fight, so I'm gonna say we're probably a little bit over 20 minutes right now. That'd be my guess, at least. Poseidon, why aren't you firing? Why isn't the Poseidon firing? Is it out of ammunition or something? Oh. Oh. Okay. That might explain why. Come on. It's pretty much dead. You can do it. It's focusing on the Poseidon, and the Poseidon doesn't care. And half the ship is gone. How's this thing not dead yet? 60% and it's still going. This thing is like a fortress. How big was it volume-wise? Not that big. I mean, granted, like half of the ship's gone, and it's still about 14,000 meters cubed. But I don't know how this thing's still even remotely floating. I don't know how it's not too damaged yet, considering it's at 56%. Yeah, this is... There we go. Too damaged at 55%. It's only taken forever. But now we're gonna fight the fortress thing. And you're ramming the Mercury. Sort of. Not really ramming it, it's kind of like a little love bump. It's funny, it's like its thickest point. The Mercury's just about as wide as the back end of the Cygnus. I think a PT boat might actually be shorter length, width-wise. I think the length of PT boat is actually shorter than the width of the Cygnus at its high point. Why are you guys still firing at it? It's literally sinking into the ocean. There's no point. Stop. You're wasting it. There we go. Okay, so let's get everyone kind of ready to go. And then we're gonna do this. We're gonna take it, and yeah, I think this might be second to last episode of the Onyx Watch. So Cygnus, Outlander. We're just gonna have a firing line. I don't think we're really gonna need to move forward at all. I mean, if you think about it, all of our boats should be able to take this easily enough. Oh, it's just a furnace. We hit one of those a while back, I think, if I remember correctly. I mean, we will probably... the particle cannons will probably miss it for the majority of everything, but it's night. That's cool. Nighttime's always a good time to fight. And dead. Yep. AI dead after one volley from the Cygnus. That's pretty good. And it's going after the Cygnus, but let's see what happens. Nothing. Alright. So, we're gonna call it there because, again, I have a lot of work I need to get going on. And... yeah, I've got a pretty upsetting headache right now. I'm gonna have to take some Tylenol and hope that clears up, because I'm gonna have to do a lot of, like, stuff tonight anyway, so... I hope this was at least remotely interesting episode-wise, because when I'm tired, I'm not interesting at all. But that being said, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Next episode, we're going to finish off the Onyx Watch, and probably after that, so maybe by Thursday or Friday, we'll go to war with another faction. So leave your suggestions in the comments down below. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe, because that is immensely helpful, especially given I think YouTube just started up its new partnership program, so that's cool. Yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.